Hello, this is a presentation on social theory globalization presented by me, Velayna Payne. This presentation explores how key social theories explain globalization by examining the work of five influential theorists. First, we have Emanuel Wallerstein. Second is C. Wright Mills. Third is David Harvey. Fourth is Talcott Parsons. And fifth, last but not least, is Irving Goffman. Each theorist provides a unique perspective on the structures, power dynamics, and social interactions that shape globalization. The discussion covers Wallerstein's world systems theory and economic inequalities, Mill's analysis of power elites, Harvey's critique of neoliberalism, Parsons' view on social stability and institutions, and Goffman's insights into self-presentation in a globalized world. This presentation concludes by evaluating which theory best explains globalization to me and why. Now we're going to explore understanding globalization, definition of globalization, and some key characteristics. Globalization is the process of increasing interconnectedness and interdependence among countries, economies, cultures, and political systems worldwide. It is driven by advancements in technology, communication, and international trade, which often leads to the rapid exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices across borders. Social theory often plays a crucial role in understanding globalization by providing frameworks to analyze its economic, cultural, political, and technological dimensions. It helps explain the structures, the power dynamics, and inequalities that emerge as societies become increasingly interconnected. Okay, first up we have Emanuel Wallerstein's World Systems Theory, normally known as WST. It is a sociological framework that explains global economic and social inequalities by categorizing nations into core, semi-periphery, and periphery within a capitalist world economy. Developed in the 1970s, WST provides a historical and structural analysis of how capitalism shapes global relations. Wallerstein's world systems theory provides a critical lens for understanding global inequalities in wealth, labor, and political power. It highlights how the capitalist world economy perpetuates dominance by core nations while maintaining dependency among semi-periphery and periphery countries. This theory remains highly relevant in analyzing globalization, economic crisis, and geopolitical conflicts. Wallerstein's classification of nations explains how globalization creates and sustains economic hierarchies and core nations. These industrialized nations, such as the US, Germany, Japan, they control advanced technology, finances, and global institutions like the IMF and World Bank, which dictates global economic policies. Semi-periphery nations, these are countries like China, Brazil, and India. They act as intermediaries which produce goods and services while still depending on core nations for technology and capital. Then we have periphery nations. These are countries like Africa, Latin America, and parts of Asia, where they supply labor, cheap labor, raw materials, and remaining trapped in cycles of underdevelopment. Next up in the theorists, we have C. Wright Mills. His concept of the sociological imagination provides a critical framework for understanding the relationship between personal experiences and broader societal structures. It allows individuals to see how personal troubles are linked to public issues, which often emphasize the influential and historical social context. Additionally, Mill's analysis of the power elite remains relevant in understanding globalization and global power structures. Mills often argued that a small group of elites, such as government leaders, military officials, and corporate executives, hold a disproportionate power, which helps shape major political and economic decisions. Our next theorist up, David Harvey, believed in neoliberalism, which promotes privatization, deregulation, and reduced public spending, often arguing that market competition leads to greater efficiency and economic growth. Next, we're going to talk about the influence of economic policies on global structures. Global financial crises reveal how interconnected economies suffer from deregulated banking systems. An example of this would be the 2008 financial crisis caused by U.S. banking deregulation, which led to a global recession, which highlighted how national and economic policies influence global structures. The next theorist is Talcott Parsons. He believed in structural functionalism, which is a sociological framework that views society as a complex system with interdependent parts that work together to maintain stability and social order. He believed that schools teach discipline and cooperation, which ensures future workers contribute to economic stability. Next, we have Irving Goffman. His overview is that life is often seen as a performance of your social life, and it's structured like a play, where individuals perform roles in everyday interactions. Goffman's theory helps explain how globalization amplifies self-presentation, impression management, and the tension between front stage and backstage behavior. It highlights the increasing difficulty of keeping these two spheres separate in an era full of digital surveillance and cultural exchange. Among the theories covered, Goffman's analysis is my choice because it is useful in understanding globalization, because it highlights how individuals, organizations, and nations strategically present themselves.